Hello, Blythe, Evie, Joe, Jack, Callum, Cadence, Lucy, Orion, and anyone else who's listening. Welcome to Story Time. Today's story is Olivia, and this book received a Caldecott honor for its illustrations. This book is actually Tess's. It was given to her as a gift from someone who taught her music in high school. Her name is Terry, and Terry was really great with Tess and taught her a lot. The front cover has a picture of Olivia trying to get her clothes on, and then it says Olivia, written and illustrated by Ian Falconer. It's an Anne Schwartz book. And the dedication says, to the real Olivia and Ian, and to William, who didn't arrive in time to appear in this book. So the story begins. This is Olivia. She is good at lots of things. Do you see the book she's holding? 4 very loud songs. That's what it says. And it looks like Olivia is singing quite loudly. She is very good at wearing people out. She even wears herself out. Look at all the things she's doing. Standing on her head, kicking a ball, playing with a yo-yo, yelling, running, jumping, hammering, skipping rope, and then finally just wore herself out and she's flat on the floor. Olivia has a little brother named Ian. He's always copying her. Look at how Ian's got lipstick on his face and got some on his shirt. Some of you guys have little brothers, don't you? Sometimes Ian just won't leave her alone, so Olivia has to be firm. Look at that monster face she made on a paper bag and put it over her head. Look at Ian running away. Olivia lives with her mother, her father, her brother, her dog, Perry, and Edwin, the cat. So there they are. That's the family. In the morning, after she gets up and moves the cat, look at how she's picked up Edwin to carry him, and brushes her teeth and combs her ears and moves the cat, Olivia gets dressed. She has to try on everything. Oh my goodness, look at all those outfits. Which one is your favorite? Oh boy. Oh, look, she's put on pantyhose in one of them. I like the one where her cap's turned backwards and we see her back. Look at her posing with all of them. Boy, she does want to try on everything. Dresses, bathing suits, tennis shoes, sweaters, sunglasses, hats, purses, shirts, pants, leggings. Boy, she's got it all, doesn't she? On sunny days, Olivia likes to go to the beach. She feels it's important to come prepared. Look at her in her fins, her swimming fins, and her swimmies, and goggles and plugs for her ears. She is quite prepared, isn't she? Last summer, when Olivia was little, her mother showed her how to make sandcastles. Boy, I like to make sandcastles, don't you? She got pretty good. Oh my goodness, look, she made something that looks like the Empire State Building. And her mother doesn't even notice. Her mother's just laying there reading a book. Look at Ian looking at the crab. Sometimes Olivia likes to bask in the sun. When her mother sees that she's had enough, they go home. Oh my goodness, look at how sunburned she is. She is quite a pink pig. Every day, Olivia is supposed to take a nap. It's time for your you-know-what, her mother says. Look at the drawing on her wall, Olivia and Ian. She does not look happy about taking a nap, does she? Of course, Olivia's not at all sleepy. So look at how she's kicking her legs up, dancing, leaping, doing everything but going to sleep. On rainy days, Olivia likes to go to the museum. She heads straight for her favorite picture, and that is a painting by Edgar Degas. It's called Ballet Rehearsal, and this is just a small section of that painting, but that's Olivia's favorite. Olivia looks at it for a long time. Look at Ian looking at her. What could she be thinking? What do you think she's thinking? Look. She's looking up at the painting and imagining that she is in it, that she is a beautiful ballerina. But there is one painting Olivia just doesn't get. That painting is a small section of a painting called Autumn Rhythm that was painted by Jackson Pollock. But Olivia says, I could do that in about 5 minutes, she says to her mother. As soon as she gets home, she gives it a try. Yikes! She has painted on her wall. Look at the expression on her mother's face. I don't think her mother's very happy with that. There's paint on the floor and everything, even on the rug. Time out. She got time out for that. Look at her covered in paint. After a nice bath, look at her footprints going to the tub, and look at the paint all over the side of the tub. And a nice dinner. Ooh, looks like she's getting spaghetti and meatballs. I know some of you who really love spaghetti and meatballs. It's time for bed. But, of course, Olivia's not at all sleepy. Only 5 books tonight, Mommy, she says. No, Olivia, just 1. How about 4? 2? 3? Oh, all right, 3. But that's it. She struck a deal. Do you sometimes try to do that? When they finished reading, look, they're reading a book about an opera singer. So when they finished reading, Olivia's mother gives her a kiss and says, you know, you really wear me out, but I love you anyway. And Olivia gives her a kiss back and says, I love you anyway, too. The end. There she is, dreaming of being an opera singer. She's in a beautiful red gown. She likes everything red, doesn't she? And she is singing an aria from an opera. And there she is, trying to get her clothes back on. This is a photograph of the author and the illustrator. His name is Ian Falconer, and he's a painter and an illustrator, and he's also designed sets and costumes for the New York City Ballet, the San Francisco Opera, and the Royal Opera House and Covent Gardens, and lots others. Olivia is his first children's book. He lives in New York City. Wow. Well, I hope you like that story. I think Olivia is lots of fun. You keep taking good care of yourselves. Keep loving on each other. Always love yourselves, because you are all so incredibly wonderful. And never forget, I love each one of you to the moon and back. We'll be back together tomorrow for another story when we have story time. Bye-bye.